if you would like to listen to having me go through looking at the different images that the notes show and kind of talking through this lesson on the water cycle, that's what this video is for. If you would prefer instead to just read the notes on yourself, that's fine, or just watch some of the videos I link, that's fine too. Okay, so this is an old Flash file that kind of walks you through the water cycle. So to see the water motion, I'll just go through auto and kind of talk it through. Let's see here now. Auto. Here we go. So it says precipitation occurs when there's so much water in the air it cannot hold on to anymore. Again, the water kind of amalgamates. It says it will rain, snow, sleet, or hail, or even freezing rain. Fills up lakes, streams, oceans on the surface of the earth. The earth also soaks up some of the water, storing it in the ground until it is needed. They would call that saturation there at the bottom. The storage area is called an aquifer. Many people pump water directly from an underground aquifer and use it for their drinking water. When the sun comes out and heats up the water, it turns into vapor or steam. You can actually not see it until helping to add water vapor are the plants, trees, and land because they lose water too. This is called transpiration. When vapor in the air gets cold, it changes back into liquid to form clouds. This is called condensation. Those clouds get heavy, and we start all over again with precipitation. I misspoke there for a second. When it showed the water evaporating, let's see if I can go back to that. The vapor that you see is technically not vapor. If it's steam, it's still actually, and you can see it, it's still actually considered to be liquid. It's just tiny drops. Once you can't see it, it's actually known as water vapor then, or a gas. Okay, so now on to the notes that you see. There's a Bill Nye video I'd like to find if I can link it or even post it. So how water moves, again, what you see here, you see any kind of place is the starting point in a water cycle. I tend to start with evaporation, so water on Earth, whether from an ocean or a lake or a soil, or even from the trees, which is called transpiration, will turn into gas and will move into the air. Because it weighs less, it will actually reach higher levels of the atmosphere, where it will cool off, stick to dust, and it will turn back into liquid. So once you can see it, now it's considered liquid, and the common form of this is clouds. Those clouds are being able to held up even though they're liquid because they are light enough that the air can hold them up, but eventually it does get to a point where they are not able to be held up by the air, which is known as precipitation. So that's the water cycle in a nutshell. The graphic that you guys have on this page just shows the physical change of water from a gas to a liquid to solid and back and forth. The gas to liquid, liquid to solid is pretty well known, so that would be the top right here and the bottom. Going from a gas to a liquid, so this is a cloud, water vapor turning to a cloud is condensation, but liquid water turning into gas that we can't see, again this graphic isn't great because you shouldn't be able to see gas, that's evaporation. Going from liquid into a solid, freezing or solidification. Going from a solid into a liquid, it's melting. The two lesser known ones are solid, rapidly changing, skipping the liquid phase, going directly to a glass, that's known as sublimation, or gas going directly to a solid, skipping liquid form, that's known as deposition. Just another graphic to show the water cycle. Sun heats the ocean, there has to be some energy source. Again, you shouldn't be able to see the vapor. If you see it, it's not gas, it's actually liquid. But anyway, it will eventually condense and form clouds. The clouds get too heavy, they precipitate, it runs off back to lakes and streams. Some of it are absorbed underground. Again, the one that it's called when it comes from a tree, it's evaporation, but since it's coming from the pores of the leaves of a tree, it's known as transpiration. Just another graphic, another graphic. So here are some kind of key terms you want to make sure you know. Evaporation, turning from liquid to a gas. Transpiration is water released from a plant as a gas. Condensation is turning from a gas into liquid. Clouds form, this is key, when water vapor sticks to dust as tiny droplets. So the water vapor has to cool off and have something to stick to. In fact, a lot of countries and places on Earth where it does not rain enough, different scientists and governments have decided to seed the clouds, start to seed the air, making it so dust is in the air and that water has something to actually stick to turn back into liquid, hoping that it will precipitate or fall on Earth. Precipitation is water falling from Earth. Notice it doesn't say liquid water. Water can fall in the form of liquid or solid, but we'll get to that when we cover the precipitation lesson. Just another graphic kind of showing what's going on there. This is